Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Worlds Apart, Worlds Together. Leah and I are introducing a new series today with our first guest.
Yes, our series is going to be traveling in your 20s. So Mart and I have both done some travels together, but our first guest is my brother, little brother, 18 months younger than me. Even though my grandmother says that we're twins. Can you see it? Can you see it? Are we twins?
Totally, totally.
Um, he's currently in his early-ish 20s, nearing his mid-20s. Um, traveling through the U.S. So he was on the West Coast, traveling up north, Oregon, Washington, over to Montana. And now he's come down and he's going to be traveling what? Or he's debating. He spent the last hour looking,
2 hours.
2 hours looking at plans to go which direction east. So yeah, so our new little topic.
Yep, and this series is just going to be kind of like bonus slash filler episodes where we kind of don't know what our next topic is going to be, and then we're just going to invite people over for our podcast and blog as well to just let them talk about their travel experience in their 20s because it is something special and not everybody gets to do that. So let's hear about it. We're excited.
Woo!
Woo!
So, where did your journey start? Like, where did you come from? Where did you start?
I got started in Australia. I started in Australia.
He wants to go to school next year.
I'll go after my trip. Started in Australia, Sydney, Australia. I guess is where the flight was. And I took off and landed in LAX. Yeah.
Okay.
Since then, I've traveled through all the way through California, Northern California, Oregon, Washington State, through Montana. A lot of hiking in Oregon, Washington State, and Montana, and then beelined to Chicago and down in St. Louis at the moment. Yeah.
He's just like staring. You
No,
okay?
like your
Oh, now
screen
you're
was
unfrozen.
frozen. Yeah.
So
I wasn't I wasn't staring, but your screen is still frozen, so I don't know what's going on, but I can still hear you. No, you're
you're
frozen. I don't
oh
know what it
no.
is. It
No,
says my internet connection is unstable, but that's weird because I just have Wi-Fi. Okay, you're good now. Okay,
Okay, we're good now.
tell you what
yeah,
it
you're good
was.
now. You're moving again. So,
Mhm.
um, so okay. And how long have you been traveling for so far?
What's today? Tuesday? Over
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah, right.
Just
Over
over
three
3 weeks.
weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's Monday. No, it's Sunday. Just about 3 weeks. I don't know the day.
Okay.
I lose track of days. It doesn't matter. Weekends or weekdays. When you're camping,
It
nothing,
doesn't
nothing,
matter.
nothing matters.
All right. I guess that's fair. You lose track of time. I guess we kind of did that on our trip. We didn't really know what day it was.
No, it was just another day,
Yeah.
honestly.
So I guess everyone would want to know what's your main mode of transportation?
Train.
Train.
Don't get me started.
And
Yeah.
how's that treating you?
David did not have the same nice experience that we had with the Amtrak
No?
train.
No, no.
How come? Like what happened?
Um, the trek between Montana, so Glacier National Park. Luckily, Amtrak stops like right at West Glacier, which is like a 2 mile hike into the national park, which is amazing. So kudos for them for that. But when I left there and traveled to Chicago, I've had since then the worst experience with Amtrak and the train. So it was 7 hours late getting
Oh
getting me
God.
7 hours late, and no, it's like 15 degrees Fahrenheit and a wind chill of.
We do Celsius, so you can say
Oh, you
Celsius.
do
Yeah,
Celsius.
it's
Oh,
okay.
thank God. Okay, so my app said -10 degrees Celsius, but feels like -16 because of the wind chill. So I'm here
In Chicago or no, in
yeah,
Montana.
West Glacier, yeah, Montana,
Yeah.
north, very north Montana. for 6 or 7 hours, and then it finally picked me up. And then by the time I got to Chicago, instead of 6 or 7 hours behind, we were in 14, 15 hours behind. So not only did I miss my trip, a train down to St. Louis, I missed the backup train to St. Louis, and I had to get on to the Plan C train. It was
Wow.
yeah. But I have to say, the only thing that got me through was like the conductor. He was hilarious, and he was keeping us updated. He told us exactly why we were getting further and further behind.
That makes me wonder, if he's had to go through that some few times before.
Oh, I'm sure he
Probably.
has. I feel sorry for him. He said when we got to Chicago, because we were 15 hours behind, he said he had about a 2 hour sleep, and then he has to get right back on the same train and head the other direction for his work.
Oh wow, that must suck for him.
Yeah. And he was out. It was a 40-hour trip in total. I got on about halfway-ish, or just before halfway. But he started in Seattle, so he had to go 40-hour trip
Oh
early,
wow.
and he's working the whole time.
Well, that's okay. They only have to work 12 hours at a time.
That's not them.
Oh, that's not that.
They have to work. So one of the reasons why we had to get stopped is because just before Minot, North Dakota, because we're already running behind, there's already scheduled trains coming the other direction. There's only one track, and so I don't know, I guess the stations decide which train has the right of way, and the freight trains, about a 3 mile freight train coming the other direction, and Minot, North Dakota said, you know what, that freight train has the right of way, so we just had to stop about 50 miles west of Minot. We waited there and waited there, and then finally this train passed us. It's like 2 in the morning, and in middle of nowhere, snow's coming down, no station near us, and then on the radio, I hear, "All right, guys, may have noticed that we're not moving. Well, we have a rule that our train drivers can only work 12 hours of every 24-hour day, and we just passed that, so we can't move. So we're just sitting on the track in the middle of nowhere until 9 in the morning. Yeah, 9 to 6-7 hours.
The train, you know how like when we would take buses to competitions and like the drivers can only drive so much in a day because of the train
safety reasons. Yeah, so he needed to get some sleep or what?
Yeah, they just gotta sleep.
I slept so much on that train, but it wasn't very pleasant, but I still slept. That's all I did.
He didn't have the same luxury we did, because we were right after COVID or whatever, and so everyone was super scared still, and we had we had the whole row aisle to ourselves. No, he was packed like sardines.
The amount of secondhand marijuana smoke is wrong.
He was living the high life. He didn't have any
literally
elevation, marijuana, all of it.
When I came down to Chicago and whatever sea level that is, I was not having it. I was give me back to Montana.
You must have sorry, go ahead. You wanted to say something.
No, it's all good. All I was saying is the only way we got to actual Minot is they got this random train driver from Minot to drive the 50 miles or so 2-hour train and drive us the rest of the way.
That's funny. And he just got out and then drove back.
He got out and let the rest of the people take over again. Yeah.
What an experience.
I got a beef.
Well,
little did I know that's where our dad was born. So I got a big beef.
Yeah, big beef with parental home state.
He was born in Minot?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Dad was born in Minot, North Dakota.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's because my grandfather was stationed there in the Air Force.
That makes sense.
It's Uncle John was born in Newfoundland, Canada. Because that's where Grandpa was stationed.
Does he have Canadian citizenship?
Not anymore, I don't think. But my cousin still lives in Toronto.
Oh, cool! I didn't even know that.
Still, he moved up there.
He moved. Okay, yeah, he moved up there a long time ago. at least 12 years
20
ago.
years ago.
No, more than 12. Probably going on 20 years ago now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Learning something
Nothing.
new every day.
But like Sean technically had German citizenship because he was born in Germany. But he never followed it through once he turned 18.
Didn't join.
No, he
Okay,
didn't
I
enjoy
can't do it. Okay. Not on YouTube. Okay.
From the places that you visited,
Uh-huh.
which one has been your favorite one so far, and why?
Olympic National Park in Washington. Very close call between that and Glacier. And I was discussing with Leah, it was a couple of days ago about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Olympic National Park has it's more friendly year round to travelers, especially travelers without vehicles. Taking the train everywhere, train and bus. And so a lot of these national parks that I'm finding, first of all, are a significant distance from any train stop. Especially like one in Oregon, I had to walk tens and tens of miles,
Tens and tens.
tens and tens of miles to national parks there from the nearest train stop.
Oh God.
And even so, if you don't have a train or you're not taking the train, like the automobile is the easiest thing. You can even drive up to the trails. Same thing with Glacier, and even same thing with Olympic National Park. But at least Olympic National Park gives you the option, if you don't have a vehicle, there's also a trailhead that starts closer into the city, and you can walk all the way up to that position. You don't necessarily need to start deep into the national forest. I'm getting there via vehicle. Well,
Yeah.
whereas in Glacier,
He
I
always
did some dangerous stuff. Let's just say that, walking on some really slippery, rainy roads while cars were flying past just to get to the start of the trailhead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
more a like vehicle friendly park instead of a pedestrian friendly park.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's good and it's beautiful, Glacier. I didn't get to go through all of it.
It's a
But not necessarily because I didn't have a vehicle. I was actually happy. I spent just over 5 days there, and I did a lot of the hikes that you could do that were open at this time of year.
Okay.
So it wasn't necessarily that I didn't have a vehicle,
it was getting towards winter and
but
snow and stuff.
the only reason I was able to do those hikes though is because I did some dangerous walking and met some interesting people along the way there. So that's always good.
Always meet some interesting people on your travels.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yes.
So-
what here? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Okay. So what? Anyone who's like listening, like, what do you? Because you're doing hiking, bus, train, whatever. What do you carry with you? Like, what's your?
Everything. Too much. Let's just say that. A short answer. Too much. I having done some research after I started the trip, especially on like NASA, not the ideal
Order of events.
order, exactly. But definitely doing research after the trip, people who do like the massive hikes of PTC, Pacific Crest Trail, and the Appalachian Trail, 2,000 plus miles along with 5 months. They take a lot less than even I've taken. But having said that, they have stops along the way, and people come to those towns. They walk and drop off supplies from them, whether it's batteries, whether it's food, or and I don't have that. So in a way, I kind of had to carry more.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
turned out, but I'm carrying between 70. You guys do pounds or kilos here?
Kilos.
Either or.
70 to 80 pounds, or upwards of 30 above 30 kilos of gear on.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And you're carrying that everywhere where you go? Like on every hike?
Unless I'm lucky enough to get a campground and I know I'm staying in that place for a good amount of time. For example, at Glacier, I was at this one campground. Unfortunately, because it was the only campground open, I wish I was going to hike from that campground, take a day to hike to the next one, but I wasn't able to do that because all those other campgrounds were closed. Because I knew I was at that campground for at least 4 or 5 days, I put most of my stuff inside my tent and carried smaller packs.
Yeah.
But through Oregon, for example, where I hiked from one trailhead to the next campground, I was carrying all of that on those hikes.
Props to you.
Yeah.
I would not want to do that.
It was a slow journey. I'm well and truly the average walker when I have that much on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't walk fast.
that's
To
fair.
take,
Like
I was working
running
out
every trail.
the best I could do on like easy terrain is about 3 miles an hour with all of that on.
Okay, which is still a pretty solid pace
Yeah.
with all
It's
that
average
gear
pace.
on.
It's a half a mile above average pace. So you're doing
Like,
great.
I have to go on easy terrain. Once I
Yeah.
start going up like a lot of elevation, then it gets much harder and slower.
yeah,
But I could tell between when I first landed, I had to do a massive hike to the bus station and to my hostel when I first landed in LAX, how difficult it was and awkward to carry all of it at the
yeah,
start versus now it just feels much easier.
Yeah, you figured it out.
Yeah.
Your body got
you
used
got
to it.
used to it. So I have a question because you've been traveling for 3 weeks now, and people might wonder, what is he doing like as his life? You know, is he working? Is he going to school? Like, what makes him able to go from Australia to the United States and just travel for so many weeks in a row?
Two things. Having a little bit of money, but understanding that you're not going to be living the high life. You're just going to be like, you know, I don't know, just being homeless for it's basically being homeless, technically, a homeless nomad for a significant amount of
No,
time.
not homeless. Wandering nomad.
Well,
Well, you have a home to go back to, right? Or no?
that is well, you know, I don't have the apartment or the share house that I was renting, but I do have my parents that I'll just head back to before I find a place to officially stay when I head
Yeah.
back. Yeah. So just understanding that you're not going to be living the high life, but also I guess a little bit of saving. I did a little bit of saving, but also a lot of luck. For example, when I was booking my tickets, I about maybe a little over a month ago, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go travel. And so I'm looking up tickets, and it just as luck would have it, the cheapest tickets were in the month of October. If I went even the slightest bit into November, the price would skyrocket. If I went a little bit earlier, say, you know, a week after I looked, the prices were higher. And of course, going into December during Christmas time, the prices were higher.
Yeah.
But even if I said, okay, I want to wait until after Christmas, say, you know, April next year, still prices were higher. So it just kind of lucked out that about a month from when I was looking, that the prices were the cheapest, I guess, all year round. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that would be right about.
October. No one
Yeah.
goes in October.
No
Yes.
one
No,
I
October
know.
is such a like month that everybody just got back to work and school and nobody really has time to travel,
Yeah. So I guess kind of
I
looked out that
guess.
way. Yeah. And then in some sense, I looked out in a way that some campgrounds are shutting down. And, you know, there's rangers that are, you know, only work seasonal. And so there's less rangers around. So, you know, they're not necessarily checking campgrounds very often. I am paying. No, I am paying. At Glacier, I paid. At Oregon, no, but, you know, you know,
You know, sometimes you got to take advantage of the situation.
yeah.
Well, that's
They're
what
more
happened.
primitive, right?
That's what happened with me and Mart. That's the only reason we got lucky with the little hut thing that overlooked the
The
ocean
ocean.
at the Virgin Islands was because they were renovating from the hurricane that went through like a year and a half before. And they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna hear a little jackhammer like once a couple hours, but that's it. And there's some like paths that aren't exactly great
They gave
anymore.
people
Yeah.
free
Not
for
free, but very reduced. Like very reduced. One person
Yeah.
told Mara it was like most like expensive one that we got.
Yeah, and he said that we paid for like the price that we paid for 3 nights is usually what you would pay for one night.
Yeah.
So
But
we
they
got
couldn't still,
lucky.
which they were. It just didn't seem like when I picture renovation, I expected things torn up, this, that, and the
Yeah.
other. It wasn't.
Well,
And yeah, we were able to sleep, so and it was a
Yeah.
beautiful cabin thingy, whatever it was. But But do you still go to school or are you working or
No, so
jobless,
I have
homeless, all of it?
travels, homeless, everything. The true nomad. No, so
Oh, we need. I hear
my
a GoFundMe page is needed.
GoFundMe for David. He needs a house and a job.
No, he just needs food at this point.
but not all at once, please. I can't carry it.
Are you a good hunter? Are you hunting this trip?
No, no, I'd probably get in trouble if I did not. I would
Yeah,
need
You
you
know
don't
all,
have
what's
a
a
all
hunting
good
license.
these
a
days.
good
You have
source of
to.
food?
No, you can get the squirrels. They don't care about the
Oh, they don't
squirrels,
care.
but the deer, the bison, like
You
you
need
bear.
pets, and don't you can't kill bison. They're protected.
That's true. They're protected. But if you are gonna go hunting, you have to have a license.
A license, and then you tags.
But don't worry, the squirrels just they'll throw a little dagger at them.
Can't imagine squirrels are very. I've had a fire. That's the thing. Like if you kill something, you're gonna have to cook it
Yeah,
with what?
firewood.
Wood.
That costs money. And I
Just
can't. You know,
collect
at
it.
Glacier, you can't. It's illegal to
Yeah,
collect firewood.
Mara and I have been through that too. So me and Hunter, oh yeah, don't collect it. Well, how they gotta know that they mark everything on the ground? Obviously, don't go break down branches and move massive branches, but
But there is a lot of even up in Oregon, Washington, and Montana. They're doing a lot of clearing since all the fires that went through. They are being proactive in clearing some of the more dense areas, so the fire doesn't spread as quickly. And there's tons of trees that have fallen down, so they don't want people to go in with the fallen trees and cut it up and burn
well,
it.
obviously, yeah, you're not gonna do that, but you can find
That
enough
makes
branches
sense.
fire that's just laying around.
But to answer the question, no, haven't had school. I haven't. When's the last time I studied? About a year ago, a little over a year. Was studying. Well, yeah,
I don't remember.
first semester last year in Australia, which goes from February to June-ish.
Yeah, so June last year.
June
Okay.
last year. And then work. My last day at work was end of September. Yeah, so maybe about a month without work at the moment. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And are you
So I
planning
work.
to go back to work when you're done with your travels?
Yeah, oh yeah. I have
You
to
got
make
no
money.
money.
I'll have almost no money by the time I'm done. So I'll push it to the limit, but then I've got to work more.
Did you actually already book your return flight, or do you have to book that yet?
No, so for I guess to get the cheapest price to do like a round trip. So I did. It just so happened. So in October is the cheapest uh date to fly to the U.S. And then it was between April and May next year to book my return flight to be the cheapest.
Oh wow.
And there wasn't really a difference. So I thought, heck, why not make it 7 months instead of 6 months? So I booked it.
Oh, and that is still pretty far away.
Very far away.
So
Yeah.
what are you going to do in those months leading up to that?
I haven't decided. I got kind of, well, even as Leah kind of mentioned, the last 2 hours or so, I've been kind of planning more detail. I know a general direction I'm heading. Sometimes it changes. Like coming to St. Louis was only like a 24-hour beforehand decision. I
Well, I'm glad
texted
you made it.
Yeah. I texted Leah, I said, hey, I'm going to Chicago. And she's like, wait, why didn't you tell me? It's like, sorry, I only made the decision, like 48 hours before that. So yeah, it's I know a general direction that I'm heading, and I do have some key spots. I know at middle of November, I'm going to see my grandmother on my mom's side with my brothers in the military, and Christmas back here. So I have some key spots I have to hit at certain
Okay.
holidays. Other than that, it's just kind of fitting in what I want to see around that time and trying to be as money saving savvy as possible to hit the correct train at the correct times and all that stuff.
That makes sense. Well, actually, I'm gonna go to the United States too in December, so we might be able to see each other.
In the
Um,
summer?
No, in December.
Oh, I thought you said
In
hopefully in the summer. I'm like,
December.
oh, that's new.
Very nice.
No,
Yeah.
no, December 15th to the 3rd of January. So, and Michael lives in Chicago area, so I'll be close by.
Yeah, he did not know who Michael is. He's like, wait, what?
I'm sure there are Michaels in Chicago.
Plenty of them. Are you gonna go see your brother Bob in Florida?
Yes. Yes, I still haven't decided. So once I get to see my brother in the military with my grandmother on my mom's side, I'm in Virginia. I have two directions I can take, and I haven't decided which one I'm doing first.
He doesn't know if he wants to
Okay.
go north or south.
I'm going up, doing a lot of camping, going up through DC, up to New York. And then I'm going down to Georgia, Savannah area, and then down into the major cities and some camping down in Florida. But I'm not
Yeah.
sure which one I should do first, so I haven't decided yet.
Maybe look at the cheapest way to go.
Cheapest way.
Well, he wants to see New York City with Christmas lights, right? That's a
That
big
would
thing.
be cool.
But he doesn't want to go too late because then he thinks he might get snowed in and delays because New York
Yeah.
City always has delays of everything
Yeah.
by that time.
If it
That makes
snowed,
sense.
I'll be
Yeah.
stuck in New York, and then I won't be able to see
Yeah.
those key dates that I kind of have to be at, like grandparents and Christmas and holidays, and
Yeah.
I won't be able to hit that if I'll be stuck in New York. So kind of hesitant. Like I don't want to go too early where there's no decorations, but I don't want to go too late where there's
Well,
snow delays.
So a friend of mine and I, we're gonna go to London like in November, and we also wanted to go to London with the Christmas lights and everything, and they have them up since like the 8th of November.
They're ahead of New York. I looked it up. They said after Thanksgiving, so they start putting them up.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
Well, you have to understand they can't decorate till after the Macy's parade, which is Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
So they
Which
have to-
makes sense because here they don't have Thanksgiving, so they don't have to take that into
Yeah.
account when decorating.
Yeah.
So they're very busy in December, aren't they? They do hire. They must hire so many people to decorate.
Hey, that's making a job.
Yeah, I'm a decorator. I have plenty of experience. Huh?
You could be one of those Santa Clauses in the mall.
There you
Oh,
go.
I'm already getting weird.
I die away.
It's actually funny because I went to go shopping like 2 days ago, and I wanted to get some like cute fall things.
But you're
but I
behind
walked
like 3 months.
right. I figured that one out too. I walked into the store, everything Christmas. I was like, damn, I am too late.
You're like 6 to 12 weeks behind.
You probably look on
I know.
Facebook Marketplace and get people secondhand.
I bet. I bet you can look at Amazon though.
Probably, but Primark is pretty cheap. So
That's true. Very nice.
yeah. So okay, I have another question. What
Sure.
is some advice that you have for people who also want to travel when they're young and broke and are homeless
Young,
and
broke
jobless?
traveler.
Depends on how broke you are.
Oh, that's what we should have named the series. Young Broke Traveler.
No, we'll have a series or like a separate one. Traveling in your 20s, broke edition, traveling in your 20s, rich edition.
Well, I'm definitely certainly sliding into the broke edition. Yeah. Well, I may have better advice like later in the trip. I know there are apps out there where you can kind of find jobs here and there, maybe like for a week or a couple of days. Maybe someone needs help in some obscure part of the country at very small towns. I haven't had the opportunity, the pleasure, or the displeasure of using those apps yet, so we'll see. But I know those apps are out there for the people who are like completely broke. Those who have a little bit of savings, but like will flush the savings out during the trip. And we'll have to camp for $10 a night and not stay in the $200 a night hotel. Just enjoy it. That's why you're there. If you like camping and you like nature, that's the easiest way for someone on a budget to go visit all these places, especially where I tend, whether you're in Australia, whether in the U.S., the way you can find, I guess, the real culture, or that country's culture, or that state's culture, that town's culture, is by doing kind of like not the fancy 5 star hotels, because they are always going to be nice. They're always going to have.
They're always seem the same.
The international kind of feel to it,
yeah.
Where getting down and dirty into the town, into the city, into the state.
Down and dirty.
Down and dirty. With the homeless people. That's what. Oh yeah. I have so many homeless friends now.
Not really
Well,
a
you're one
joke.
of them, so
Well, they're my buddies. They're my comrades. Okay. um, so yeah, my advice would be just to enjoy it, and as long as you enjoy like being out in nature and not don't try to control things as well. Don't try to control things. Just like the train that was delayed. I had a lot of other examples as well. Like especially when I first landed, I walked to Target, which was like from LAX. It had to be a 2-hour walk to Target. Looked around for a phone SIM card. I still don't have one. Looked around and there weren't any. Then I walked all the way back to LAX to see if there was one in the airport. There wasn't any, but there was a Starbucks there, so I used Wi-Fi. Don't have plans. Don't plan ahead too much. Have a general direction, and that way you're not wasting money with canceling reservations or anything like that.
What was where were you when you oh, tell the story about when you got to the bus and you didn't have exact change.
Oh, again, just be nice. People will hopefully some people will just help you out here and there. So I was at LAX. I stayed a night in a hostel. First of all, my hostel story. I tried this new app that's being advertised all the time. It's like bookings.com.
Oh yeah.
They stole my money.
Yeah.
Yeah. They stole my money. So I booked it. They took my money. Luckily, I paid through PayPal. I never received a confirmation like email. The people who I went to the hostel,
Yeah.
they never received anything, but my money was gone. So I lodged it with PayPal and they gave it back to me.
No.
And then I went to bookings.com and I booked it properly. So use bookings.com. Anyhow, that's a tangent. That's a tangent. From there, I had to get to the LAX train station. And I knew it was going to be about a 30-minute hike to the bus, and the bus was going to take me there. Perfect. But I knew I had to, and the bus was cheap. It's like $1.50.
Yeah.
So this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. I go to the bus station, and right across the street is this service station, gas station. And I go in, and I'm like, okay, I need to get a bus ticket. How do you do that? Well, it's either exact change, or it's this Metro card. And the Metro card, first of all, you have to pay a lot more than $1.50 to get. And second of all, they don't sell it. And I go, where do you buy it? And they go, somewhere down a station or something. Thanks for the help. And I don't have Wi-Fi this, so I have no idea. And then I'm like, oh, exact change. Okay, it's $1.50. Can I buy something? Can I withdraw some, cash out? And they go, yeah, no problem, no problem. And so I buy this thing. And they go, okay, yeah, but you didn't get cash out. I'm like, you didn't give me the option to get cash out. And I go, don't worry, I'll buy something else. I buy something else. And then he's like, I put my card and do all the details. And again, no option to get cash out. He's like, well, I guess you can't get cash out. Well, thanks. I just bought these two things for no reason. Anyhow, that was like the low point. I go out to the bus station. The one I'm supposed to get on, pulls up immediately. And I just stand right to the bus driver and I go, he can clearly see I'm a tourist because I got like all 70 pounds on me. I'm like, I'm trying to get to the train station and I don't have exact change and I don't know where to buy the card. He just come on board. Who cares? He didn't care. And I rode the train for like 2 hours to get to the train station.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's a nice bus driver.
A very nice bus driver. And that was a Tuesday morning during school time. So I saw people get on for work and off for work and on for school. I had the real experience, the LA experience. That's the real LA experience. Hollywood, I'll tell you that.
No,
I reckon. I was gonna say I reckon we take like a small break to reset.
Yeah,
because our meeting's about to end, and then we'll just continue where we left off.
Yeah, you have to send us a different link, right?
Wait, I didn't hear you.
You have to send a different link.
Why do I not hear you very well?
You gotta speak louder.
Now I hear you.
She's mumbling.
No, you'll have to send me another link.
I will send you another link.
Okay.
But yeah, for everybody, we're just gonna log off and then log back on. So sit tight. Welcome back. We made it back.
We
Hello.
did.
We did.
Barely.
Barely. Well, how have you been enjoying your stay in St. Louis so far?
It's been good. I haven't had the true St. Louis experience yet. I'll go get that tomorrow.
Yes, you did. You got stuck on the bridge.
I do get stuck on a bridge.
Yes,
Oh,
that was Illinois, but that was
Illinois.
that's Missouri fault on the Illinois side.
Yeah. So I haven't had that experience, but I do like to have the city experience. So normally when I
so
whether I'm
get
in
shot?
Seattle so get shot. I'm gonna wear a bulletproof vest. I do have one. I will. I normally walk around the city when I'm in a city at a train station, and hopefully I have a couple hours to kill. I necessarily don't want to stay in the city because normally it's really expensive, no campgrounds. But I will have
A day of walking.
maybe 3 to 5 hours of walking normally does it for me. Around the city, and okay, now I know the city.
Oh, so I can drop you off at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Well, probably not that late. Maybe a little early, and then I'll stay a little more, a few hours in the train
Oh, it
station.
may have to be way early then because I have class before. So.
Yeah, maybe noontime.
Noontime, okay.
Maybe from noontime tomorrow until
Okay.
my train or bus, which is like 11:59 at night. I will walk
Wow.
around this. Yeah.
Prime shot time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, prime shot time.
Probably news that might be on there.
Where's the bus taking you?
Guy was murdered.
Australian homeless dude stranded in St. Louis.
Shot. Murdered.
For no
Dead.
cash. No cash in my wallet. I don't have a cash in my wallet.
No, what I asked is where the bus is taking you tomorrow.
Where am I?
You said you were thinking about Carbondale.
Carbondale. I have to go.
Yeah, you have to get
I have to
Carbondale.
go. So the plan was, before I was going to go to St. Louis, was go to Chicago, down to Memphis, down to New Orleans.
Okay.
And Leah convinced me to go to St. Louis, which took me off the track a little bit. So now I have to take from St. Louis to Carbondale, which gets me back on that track.
Okay.
A bus, and then head the train on Carbondale down to a quick stop to Memphis, stay maybe about 2 days there, 2 days in New Orleans, and then work my way up.
Very important that he goes sees the dead Elvis Presley.
I have to see Elvis. So.
Are you gonna go into Graceland?
Yes, hopefully.
He wants.
That's the plan.
That is cool. That is not a homeless guy budget though.
Yeah,
He found that out.
The one thing that I think.
Tickets are like what, $70?
Just think,
Yeah.
whatever you spend for Graceland, you'll probably get back in Christmas present money. So, girl math, win-win.
You don't spend anything to go to
Free.
Graceland.
Is it free? Okay.
But if you how much are you gonna pay to get into Graceland? Did you look at tickets?
No, but
Okay.
Mary's just saying what, $70?
They're about $70, I think. Yeah.
Okay, Grandma's gonna give you at least $100 for Christmas. Therefore, Graceland is free
Look at this.
And you made commission.
and commission. There you go.
But no, I
That's
do
a lot.
have to say, Graceland is a great experience.
See?
I'm
It
not.
is-
I'm
it
not-
is pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's just so much more nicer things than Graceland.
Well, there always will be, but if you're in Memphis and you even like Elvis like a little bit, Graceland is definitely like I didn't really listen to Elvis at all, and my mom convinced me to go to Graceland and I loved it. It was so amazing. It was so cool.
That's for a non-Elvis fan. Imagine an Elvis fan going.
Yeah.
I won't leave. I'm staying here.
Honestly, you can sneak up upstairs and just sleep in his bedroom.
Yeah, I don't need a camp.
Not creepy at all.
No.
Slide
Definitely.
right.
This is Elvis.
It's just, I mean, I bet you've seen the movie, right?
Oh yeah,
With
it was a
Austin
great
Butler.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's probably my second favorite movie of all
Never
time.
watched it.
It's so good. I've watched it like 3 times now.
I know.
I watched it 3 times in the cinemas, and I've watched it at least 2 times online since then.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's such a good movie.
We should watch it tonight.
No,
I bought it.
that's okay. I'm completely content.
No, but definitely go to Graceland. It's worth your homeless no money.
Hey, like I said, break even.
The break even.
At
It's okay.
Christmas.
We can maybe post a GoFundMe link and people can pay you to go to Graceland.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Go find me link for David.
Jeez. So anyhow, that's where I'm going. Carbondale, you said? Yeah, Carbondale. So
Okay.
west of Carbondale, make my way down the rest of the way. New Orleans for a couple days, and work my way up.
And then he's not sure where he's gonna go. He's gonna go north on the East Coast somewhere.
Somewhere East Coast. Done my north states.
You're not going to Nashville and like
Train doesn't.
stuff?
Train does not go through Tennessee at all.
Yeah.
No?
Bad. There's a bus. There's actually a bus from I think here to Nashville.
That would make sense.
Because Nashville is fun too.
I do. I like country music, so I should go to Nashville, but maybe
Nashville's like
Yeah.
5 hours here.
maybe
Don't they
sometime
have
like-
like the like Smoky Mountains or whatever they're called?
That's more. It's Knoxville.
Yeah,
More
it's
east.
in that
No
area.
train. No
I know
train.
there's no train. We
No
tried to
train.
get you into that. There's no train.
The closest I
Awesome.
get to that side of Tennessee is where I'm heading after New Orleans, heading up through Atlanta, on the border between like South Carolina and North Carolina and Tennessee.
Okay.
Still in the Carolinas. That's the closest I get to it.
Yeah, but you're still like
Which for someone with a car,
it's
very
fine.
close. Someone who's walking, at least a 2-day hike into Tennessee and then a 2-day hike out.
Yeah, no,
Plus-
you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just
Okay.
surprised Amtrak doesn't have more like little shut-ins.
Not enough people travel. Not enough people travel on trains. People love their cars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess. I don't know.
The car com-
You know, maybe in a few months, whenever you've done some more traveling, we can check back in and maybe you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is the worst. Or maybe it's like, hey, I'm enjoying it still.
Worst decision I've made. Give me back. Get me back.
Okay, so when we traveled, we thrived off of Pop-Tarts. That was our those
And
are-
Chex Mix.
and Chex Mix.
Talk about rich.
Rich, that was all we had. This much Chex Mix and one thing of Pop-Tarts. That's all we
Yeah.
had.
We started out by the ones that we had left over that we
Yeah.
like got from people or from meats or something like that.
Yeah, we didn't have very
So we didn't
much
even buy them.
because we didn't want to eat on the train because it was expensive and gross food.
Yeah,
You
and we
know-
didn't really think about it either.
I didn't know how expensive it would be, but I had, what was it called? A deluxe. With a little pizza wrap thing, where you have like the sausage and the
Hot Pocket.
No, it's huge. It's like pizza and sausage and tomato sauce, like in the wrap. It's not a
Oh,
wrap, but it's
oh.
like a pastry.
I know what you're talking about.
You had that. It doesn't really. The viewers know what I'm
No, maybe they don't.
saying. It was good, and it was only $7.50.
Dude, I remember we
We had a hot
bought
dog.
like a
didn't we?
hot dog
Oh, that's gonna be nasty.
also for $7.
It had to been boiled. It didn't. It wouldn't have been
It was
grilled.
microwaved, I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
God.
Yeah, they put it in a microwave. Plus the
It
bun
was-
was also from the microwave.
I don't know if it was pre-cooked. It had to be pre-cooked frozen, and they stuck it
Yeah.
in the microwave.
With bun and everything.
Of all the options, why did you choose hot dog?
It
Because
was the
I didn't
cheapest.
trust the deli meat.
And
Oh,
it
I
was
had
the
a ham and
cheapest
cheese.
one.
Yeah.
I had a ham and cheese. There was 2 slices of deli, like very thin ham on it. And the bun was still frozen.
That
He
sounds
didn't-
lovely. That sounds so delicious.
But I think still better than your hot dogs. Huh?
I don't know.
It had more cheese.
No,
on
it got us through. It got us through the train ride.
That's
So
the worst $7.50 of my life.
honestly. I mean we did get off in Denver and we bought some food in the store there.
Very, very small amount. I had
Yeah.
one little pastry. What did we have? A little bit of pastry, water. We didn't drink water for 36 hours basically, except for a little bottle because we
Dehydration.
thought
Wait, whoa. I'm just gonna let you talk. Wasn't there on each car a little spout, or just ice
No,
water?
no, we didn't have any
No.
water on our train.
Okay. Mine did.
They probably
Sorry, you
they
fifth.
didn't do that because of COVID regulations too.
Oh, that's true. COVID.
Because it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
there, but there wasn't any water in it.
yeah. So anyway, we thought those would actually be a thing. Like you just fill up your bottle, whatever. No. So we had a little bit of water, a little bit of chip mix. Yeah, we didn't have Pop-Tarts at that time. Pop-Tarts was an island thing.
True, because we bought it when we got into San Francisco and we
Yeah.
drove to Yosemite. We bought a box of Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts. So we lived off a little bag of chip mix from Chicago to the Amtrak train from Chicago to Denver. Then we got off and we bought yogurt because we went to like a little Whole Foods place like you did. We bought yogurt, wasn't it? Yogurt and a little pastry thing.
Yeah, it was like a box of
water.
those pastries.
Yeah. And then that yogurt, because we were like, we have to have protein or something. So we had yogurt. And then a jug of water, like jug of water. Was there something else?
No.
No, I don't think so.
We had some
and
bananas. We bought like 2 bananas.
Yes. And then that's what got us down to Oakland, California.
Impressive.
And then when we got there, we got Burger King.
Burger King. But Todd, you could get 2 meals for $10, right? It was 2 meals
something
for $10.
like that.
Is there Burger
But
King?
here's the thing. We got to San Francisco and the Airbnb
They took our money too.
Screwed us over. Like it was the most ridiculous thing. So then we walked to like a Target or something. And we went inside Target.
The same experience I had.
No, we went to the decor section and we had we only had carry-on like you did. And we went to where the like office chairs are. We pulled the office chairs out and we sat in them and our bags were here for all our phones. I don't think I had my computer, did I?
I did.
She had her computer and we're like trying to figure out what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Find a different
but we also walked there because there was supposed to be Huh?
We spent money on a hotel that night because the Airbnb was awful. Full of money.
But then what happened? We got to that Target because we wanted to walk to the Panera Bread that was there. But do you remember that it was closed? It was not there anymore.
No, completely shut down.
So then we went to then we walked to the Target, figured out what to do. We walked to the nearest hotel and we're like, do you have a room? And they were like, no, we're full. And eventually we found that hotel that we slept in. And it was like a nice hotel too.
Yeah.
It was so nice. 2 big beds, nice shower.
The most
after not showering for honestly, oh my God. But it was good.
Dead bodies. David saw dead bodies.
No dead bodies. Really?
Yeah. My bus pulling into the San Francisco station. And just across the street from the San Francisco station is like a little park, little green area, some trees, like 2 or 3 dead bodies, body bags, police everywhere. Oh, this is like my second day in the U.S. I'm like, this is a very good introduction.
Welcome to the United States. God, what? How? Like,
I don't know. It seems like it was maybe some homeless people got upset at each other and had it out because there were tents around as well. Like they were homeless and there were dead bodies like outside the tent. So
that's tough.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just overdosed.
That could have been it. I didn't investigate. I didn't go up with my camera and be like, "Oh, what we got here is guys."
You should have. You should have. We could have shared it with the group.
You should have vlogged it the whole life.
Would you be willing to share some pictures with us for our blog? Or, well, this podcast is going to be posted after we post the blog, but still.
Oh, I'm very happy.
And he has a YouTube channel. We should tell everyone he does have a YouTube channel that.
Well,
if he doesn't stop dragging his feet, and actually
Oh.
upload the video.
I'm more of a doer in terms of like adventure, but then for me to do the work for put out a proper edited video is a
Well,
lot.
why are you bringing 3K camera equipment then?
I'm still recording myself.
Okay, you're recording
I'm
yourself.
recording it. I'm just not then
Well,
editing it.
we are on YouTube. We don't record. It's just the raw. The raw. They get the raw.
Right, raw.
Yeah.
Like the hot dog.
Yeah, yeah. And the little bun thing you got.
So
Yeah.
tell everyone your favorite delicacy while on the road.
Oh, like my bean?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Here, we'll play show and tell. I'll go get them.
Okay. When I was at Glacier, well, first of all, before I left Glacier, I went to Seattle from Olympic National Park. Of course, you have to go to Seattle and then take the train to West Glacier. When I was in Seattle, I did have the other city experience, and I walked Seattle for about 3 or 4 hours to go to Whole Foods, because there's not one close to downtown, so I had to walk miles
Oh.
to Whole Foods. And I thought, I love canned chicken. While I'm in Glacier, it's going to be 3 or 4 days that I thought at the time, but it ended up being 5. And I thought, I will live on canned chicken. I love it. A canned chicken and peanut butter. I went to Whole Foods, no canned chicken. Aisles and aisles of canned tuna, no canned chicken. I'm so frustrated because I don't like canned tuna. But I didn't settle on peanut butter and black beans.
Wow.
And that, and
Organic
of course,
even.
yeah. I didn't have any a way to heat this up. So it was
beans out of the can.
It was just pocket knife, can opener with a spoon, straight out of the can.
Delicious.
For multiple days, or 4 or 5 days.
Is that all you ate? Canned beans and peanut butter?
Peanut butter and canned beans. That was my for a week long. That was my diet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I think I'd rather some Pop-Tarts, but
No, it's not as sustainable. At least the beans take a while to get through.
well, the first
Yeah.
can, I haven't had beans in a while. The first can of beans I had, my stomach was like hold up. What did you put in me? Kind of ask, what are you giving me?
So from what it sounds like, it's been quite an experience.
Fun so far. We have more camping and hiking experience in the past 3 weeks. Now going through Memphis and New Orleans, a little bit of hiking, but I don't expect to be like the 25-mile hikes I have been doing.
Yeah.
So more sightseeing than hiking. And then eventually when I head back up into like the North Carolina and Virginia area, I'll get back into hiking. Yeah.
Exciting. So are you regretting any of it, or just like, nah, I'm loving it?
There were some instances, some days where I'm like out in the wilderness. There were hikes where I was to 25-mile hike and I was like 6 or 7 hours into it, and in a hike, and it's a trail and it's the middle of nowhere, and I know there's mountain lions around and bears around. I didn't see a single person for like 7 hours, and I thought, this is really stupid of you. At that time, I was like, maybe I I overdid it. But
no
for the
bears,
most part,
no lions, not lions.
they saw me. I didn't see them. But for the most part, I'd say 90% definitely not regretting it. But there are the occasional thoughts that trickle into your head that maybe I'm out of my league.
I mean, especially when you're like all alone with nobody around for 6 hours like that. It's just you and your thoughts out in the mountains with bears around.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine that that's challenging sometimes.
It's very, very challenging. And I do sometimes I do wish I was doing it with someone. You see all these people, whether it's a couple or a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, brothers, they're all doing it like with each other, and they're having conversations along the way. And of course, it's safer when you hike with 2 or more
You want
people.
a basketball, and we can draw a face on it.
Wilson.
Oh, well, Hunter's got 3. We can give you one to
I need
spare.
a ball.
You need a volleyball so you can vlog it.
This
Oh,
is good.
Wilson.
You sound so yeah, they're definitely on those long hikes when there's absolutely no one around. You definitely get to thinking, and there are definitely thoughts in your head that it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's an adventure, it's kind of dangerous, but it'll be just that much more fun if you're doing it with someone.
Well, who knows? Maybe you meet someone on the way.
Just join your
And
Canadian friends.
They're going back out. It was for our birthday.
Oh,
no, I mean sometimes because I've heard that too, that some people who like backpack through Australia or whatever, they just meet people along the way and then they go like similar routes for a little bit and then they just kind of go different paths again. Maybe you'll find someone who's doing the same weird shit that you're doing.
some weird shit.
If my parents and my uncles and everything, they suggested that to me, kind of throwing it out there, but they were very doubtful that that would happen just because of the time of year that I'm going. If I was going in the
Yeah.
spring and the summer, they thought 100% that would happen. But just because it's now like back to work, back to school, cold, most people don't do it this time of year.
Yeah. Oh
We'll see
well,
though.
that's the
Never know.
more
If not,
challenge.
make a little snowman, and I'll just
There
carry
you
it.
go. Carry Wilson snowman around.
A little Olaf.
Yeah, there you go. This is my Olaf.
I'll go that insane. I'll be like, I'll put a leash on Olaf and just drag him behind me. That'll not look creepy at all.
Well, is there anything else you would like to share with us today that you feel like needs to be heard?
Yeah, share your story.
I guess
Because I do feel like it's
what I have been telling people, if they are planning to travel to the U.S., maybe save if you, especially if you want to go to national parks and you're not necessarily the city dweller, the sightseeing city type. If you're more, I want to go out to national parks and want to go out to do all those things, because the U.S. is more, I guess, car centered and not necessarily bus or train centered. Maybe save a bit more and buy a vehicle or rent a vehicle for parts of the trip, because it's much easier if you have that vehicle to just pay for the fuel, for the gasoline, and get to a lot more places quicker. Especially if you're on a time frame.
Because that's what we had to do in the islands, because it just became so unwalkable. You had to drive.
Definitely.
Yeah, because we first were planning to not have a car, and they were like, "Oh no, you need a car if you want to go to St. John."
Yosemite, we had to rent a car because nothing went that way.
Yeah, true.
From San Francisco.
So we have a cousin who toured New Zealand, and I don't know if you know that, but he bought a car when he got there, did the tour, and then he sold the car before he left. So whether you rent a car or even if you have enough savings just to buy a car, just reliable enough to get around. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything special. And you can sleep in it.
Make money on the new car? Oh, that too. It's like a nicer, warmer place to sleep in, probably.
Sleep. So you either camp or sleep in the car, and you
I think he sold it for like $1,000 maybe.
I don't know how much he bought it for then.
I don't know.
So, if anything, I'm sure he
probably did not make money on it.
He definitely didn't lose as much money as he would have if he took a train everywhere.
Yeah. Or I don't think New Zealand has that many, but
exactly.
Or if he rented a car, because that adds up.
That's
fast.
expensive. Yeah.
Because he was there for at least over a month.
Yeah, he was there.
So renting a car for, even if it's $50 a day for 30 days.
Gas and
That's
insurance.
a lot.
Yeah. So that's my advice if you're traveling in the U.S. at least. If you want to see, more national parks out there, places to get to the trailheads and do multiple hikes, 2 or 3 hikes a day instead of hiking a day or hiking a half a day to the trail, do the trail, and then just be able to do 1 trail a day.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I want to thank you for, sharing your travel experience with us today.
It's all right. Pleasure. It was fun.
I feel like traveling is a very personal experience and everybody does different things when they do it. And I hope that you inspire some people to do the same thing as you, you know?
Just do it a little bit safer and we'll be fine.
Yeah, but we didn't get to that part, so we don't know.
That's true.
Just don't see
That'll be behind the scenes special edition.
Exactly.
That'll be on his YouTube channel if he ever gets it out.
Yep.
I was literally like 3 feet from dying, hit by a car. Anyhow,
This trip?
this trip, yeah, I was walking back from Avalanche Trail and Glacier on the road, on going to the Sun Road, but going, I guess, south. Um, and it started raining. I knew it was going to start raining around 3 o'clock. I did the trail before it started raining, but it started pouring on the way back. I had like 14 miles to hike, and there's a stretch of road for maybe about 60%. There was like some uh, room on the side of the road to walk, but there are some stretches of road on that road where it's a cliff to a raging river and just the road. And so it was raining and it was a corner and no side of the road. And I knew there was a stretch about maybe 100 feet of no side of road. So I was like, okay, no car. I get onto the road and I'm sprinting, and I can hear this car behind me sprinting, and he can't see me because it's a turn, it's a corner, sprinting, and I jump out of the way onto a tree as he zips right past me. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh my God.
It was kind of dangerous.
That's insane.
There you go.
Don't tell mom.
That's a good final note. So, side note for everybody who does want to travel, please be safe out there.
Yeah.
If you don't get killed by a bear, please don't get killed by just a random stranger driving his car into you either.
Exactly.
That works.
Oh yeah, so for people who are with us for more episodes than just this one, we have ordered our microphones, which I'm very excited about. They should be coming in around next week, so probably for the next podcast we will have some better sound qualities.
Hopefully. That's the goal.
Hopefully. That is the goal. And if it doesn't work out, well, at least we tried.
Yep. That's all we can do.
So, thank you again for being with us, and thank you, David. So are you posting anything like on social media about your travels, or?
I'm currently not. I'll get something started before I leave Missouri with with the free Wi-Fi I have here. So I'll get something started.
Okay.
Maybe.
We will add if you're okay with that, we will add your information, like your YouTube and whatever, Instagram, so people can follow you if they want to. And yeah, good luck with the rest of your travels.
Thank you.
And have fun.
I'll see you in December, I guess. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'll see you in December. We'll make it work. And yeah, thank you everyone for listening, and we'll see you guys next week, some point, whenever.
See ya.
Bye.